Hello, my name is Dr.Rabina Debbarma, Assistant Professor, Department of Psychology from the Kristu Jayanti College. So today we'll be discussing about the attitude and social cognitions. So attitudes refers to a person positive and negative evaluation of performing a specific behavior. It reflects how someone feels about encouraging in the behavior and when they think it will lead to good and bad outcomes. So people's evaluations of almost any aspects of the world. So it has attitude has two types: expressive attitudes and implicit attitudes. So expressive attitudes is a conscious and reportable. These are attitudes we are aware of and we can easily express. For example, if a person supports environmental conservations and always try to recycle, here the person is consciously aware of their beliefs in protecting the environment and can easily express it. It can be, so how it form the attitude. So it can be through the educations, personal experiences, social influences, or learning about the climate change or seeing the effects of the pollutions. Now let's understand the implicit attitudes. So implicit attitudes are automatic, unconscious attitude that we may not even realize we have. So for example, someone may consciously say they support the gender equality. That is an explicit attitude, but they unconsciously associate leadership more with men. That is an implicit attitude. So how it formed? The attitude formed through the past experiences, cultural influences, and repeated exposure. Now, attitude has three components: affective components, behavioral components, and cognitive components. So let's understand the affective components. So that is feelings and how we feelings about and emotions, and then how we feel about something. For example, if I say I love chocolate, that is your positive feelings, or I hate waking up early, that is your negative feelings. So attitude are influenced by our emotions. So emotions are like fear, love, or happiness can shape the attitudes, sometimes without logical reasoning. So next is behavioral, which is actions and behavior. So how you act based on your attitudes. For example, if you love chocolate, you buy and eat it often. When you hate waking up early morning, you hit the snooze button. So our attitude often is influenced by our actions, but sometimes people may act differently due to external factors or social pressure. Next is the cognitive, which is our thoughts and beliefs. So what you think or believe about something. For example, if a chocolate is a great stress reliever, or waking up early improves productivity. So our beliefs shape our attitudes, even if they are not always based on facts. So next, we understand that cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance is an unpleasant state that occurs when we notice that our attitudes and our behavior are inconsistent. When we cannot justify our attitude, inconsistent behavior, we may end up changing our own attitudes. For example, a person who smokes knows smoking is harmful to health. However, this continues to smoke. Here, changing their beliefs, they may say, smoking is not that harmful. My grandfather smoked and lived to 90s. Or justifying their behavior, I am too stressed. Smoking helps me relax. So next is alternative strategies for resolving the dissonance. So it has two types of resolving the dissonance. First one is trivializations. People downplay the importance of their conflicting attitudes or behavior to reduce dissonance. So instead of changing their beliefs or actions, they convince themselves that the inconsistency does not really matter. So by trivializing the issue, they avoid the discomfort without changing their behavior. And the next is self-affirmations, which is instead of focusing on the inconsistency, people restore their self-worth by emphasizing their positive qualities. And this helps them to reduce their discomfort without having a change their attitudes or actions. By focusing on their positive traits, they reduce the impact of their dishonest behavior. So next is the social cognition. Social cognition is how we think about people, society, and ourselves in the social situations. So it helps us to understand how we form our opinions and how we make decisions and how we interact with others. Thank you for listening.